evil science and magic buddies.
Hello and welcome to the Cryptonaut podcast presents Evil Science and Magic Buddies, the show within the show, The Conspiracy of the Conspiracy, Listener Stories, Part 32. My name is Mark Storrs, and hanging out with me as always is
Rob Morphy.
Robert, thank you so much. And
Chris.
Christopher, hello. Welcome back, everybody. Spooky season is upon us. Perfect time to dig into our listener stories. Anybody out there, if you have any experiences that you'd like to share with us, you can submit those at cryptonautpodcast.com, or you can send us an email at cryptonautpodcast@gmail.com. Please refrain from sending me them in DMs. It's really hard to copy and paste the stuff out of the DMs.
Yeah.
So there's multiple ways that you can get a hold of us. Send in your story and we will keep it in the files and eventually cover it one day. Before we get started, though, all you people out there right now in the $10 tier watching us, we're letting everybody know if you'd like to watch us do the pod proper, that is available on Patreon, which is available at patreon.com/Cryptonaut podcast. So you can watch us do the show.
Wow.
You can see the antics. You can feel the vibe. You can get a little glimpse of the studio. You can see what a hat I'm wearing, what Godzilla t-shirt.
Yeah.
Sometimes
you have a lot, and I love them all.
And Chris and I have to occasionally check to see what shirts we're wearing because occasionally we wear the same shirt.
You guys do have crossover t-shirts.
Yeah.
We do.
Anytime we come here, I'm like, I'm doing this. Let's not be cringe.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I'm wearing the Demon Smasher shirt. Don't wear it, and I'm like, gotcha, buddy. Don't worry. I got my new whatever Halloween shirt I'm gonna wear. So there's all that stuff up top. Robert, you know what? We're gonna get right to it, buddy. Our first story here is coming to us from Big Buddy.
Oh,
Big Buddy.
that's a good name.
It
I'm a
is.
fan. Thank you again, everyone who sent it in. And as I mention every time, but I don't give a fuck, I'm going to mention it again. I delight in this because it's the one time I have no idea what the fuck we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
There you go,
That
man.
makes me super happy. Okay, now we will be talking, though using my voice, in the words of Big Buddy.
Fair.
All right. Well, let me begin. Hello there. I live and work as a custodian at a college in a little city called Washington, Pennsylvania. I have loved reading and watching shows about the paranormal my whole life. Welcome to the club, bro. Mothman, Bigfoot, Jersey Devil, just the whole 9 yards. I never thought I'd get to see something paranormal. I'm guessing, I'm even going to bet he's going to really go deep into this because he finally gets his chance to see something paranormal.
Yeah, man. This is a moment.
Good gas.
Yeah. Thank you. Went out on a limb. Send us a story.
Hit that clap button.
Yeah, I know. I know. I was trying to do something so bad it would be reactable, but forget it. Just cut it. I'm just ashamed. I'm going to drink. Hold on.
It's okay, buddy. You're doing all right. You got it. You're good.
I'm done ad-libbing.
It's okay.
This was back. Excuse me. Let me go back to narrating.
You're good.
Straight man narrating.
All right, here we go.
This was back in December of 2018. It was a picture-perfect Christmas. Everyone in town had their houses decked out for the holiday, and fresh snow was on the ground. Very Gremlins-esque, 84. I love that vibe. It was getting to be about Christmas time, and all of the students were going home for Christmas. It was the night before Christmas, and I had just gotten done with work for the night. So there I am in my car, about to go to the 24-hour gym I'm a part of before I go home and get some last-minute gifts wrapped for the family. I figured I'd get a quick game or two of Clash Royale in before I go to the gym.
I like that he's
Of course.
on his
Solid.
phone. He's like, I used to play that game, and yeah, I would do that. I'm like, I'm going to go do something. Like, I better check my Clash Royale because I got a feeling someone came and fucking ruined my fort. And then every time someone did. So,
Dude,
Dicks.
phone games.
yeah, I know they're
I'm
addictive.
trying to get Bill off it. He's addicted.
Oh, really?
Anytime he's not talking, he's on his phone doing something with coins. He's trying to get coins. I'm like,
Oh, super producer.
Oh, super producer Bill. It's okay.
coins.
He's getting coins.
Back to Big Buddy.
Big buddy.
So there I am in my car about to go to the 24-hour gym I'm a part of. Before I go home, I read all that. Thank you. I'm just sitting there with the seat down, minding my own business, playing Clash Royale on my phone. Out of the corner of my eye, I see this couple and 3 kids coming down a side street by one of the college's parking lots. The man was tall, broad-shouldered, and a very muscular man with shaggy black hair, wearing an Under Armour hoodie and skinny jeans. already. You're either a rock star or a hoodlum at this point. Every time. Or just, I guess, a fashionable older dude who's
or you're
well-built.
just a jacked dude with a good sense of fashion.
And shitty hair hygiene, I guess. I mean, I had to call that out. All right, maybe it's just shaggy. Maybe he just washed
I
it.
think
No, I'm
he's
just
fine.
being a dick.
It's okay.
The woman was a slim woman of average height with ginger hair. She was wearing a white hooded, zipped up sweatshirt and some baggy blue sweatpants. As for the 3 kids, they were bundled up in big, puffy winter coats, so I couldn't make out any features like hair. There was 2 boys and a girl. I couldn't make out any eye color of anyone as they were all wearing those sunglasses you wear when it gets really cold out in the winter. Not sure what that means. Is that like goggles?
I think like polarized glasses, maybe.
Okay.
I'm thinking, I mean, I don't know if it's goggles. It seems like goggles would be
too much, maybe.
Yeah. I'm
Like,
thinking
I guess
about-
you better be snowmobiling or skiing to warrant
I'm
goggles.
just thinking like polarized
I think I
glasses.
overdid it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So what distracted me away from the game of Clash Royale, I think we're going to get fucking do a sponsor out of this.
Yeah, and if them or League of Legends wants to sponsor us, drop me a line.
Oh, hell yeah.
We'll get you hooked up.
What distracted me away from the game was the kids asking if they could do it over and over again. The woman looked around, didn't see anyone, probably couldn't see me laid back like I was, so she nodded her head. Yes. Oh, no, I'm excited now.
Dude.
Well, to my surprise, these 3 kids then took off into the air like something out of Dragon Ball Z. The fuck?
Dude.
Some kids get to fly?
Wait, it gets better.
Oh my God.
Dude, this is the first time I think we've ever had a story like this.
It absolutely
Because I
is.
seriously read this and I had the same exact response. And then I was going through my mental library. I'm like, have we ever done anything like this before? And I don't believe we
Flying
have.
kids?
There's more.
No, I mean, I
yeah.
can't wait, but I think we've solved the sunglasses problems. Clearly, they're aviators.
Well, it makes
That
sense.
would have been the rim shot right
Yeah.
there. Thank you. Thank
There
you for
you
that.
go.
Okay, so I like that they think they're alone. Any kid who can fly is constantly going to be haranguing their parents to let them fly. Good parents are going to know you end up in a government lab if you fly in front of the wrong fucking folks. So they wait until it's an empty street on Christmas Eve and figure, what the fuck? Let the kids fly.
If they are kids indeed.
If they're kids.
We don't know.
I mean, you're right. You're right. I'm speculating, but all right.
Okay.
All right. They were doing swimming moves you do in a pool, and the girl was like doing backflips and cartwheels as the man and woman watched them. See, I always thought that's how you'd fly too. You'd be swimming in the air. Like Superman is always able to shoot himself off without, I guess, the benefit of physics.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like now they do it in the movies
Well-
where he pushes off the ground and the ground cracks a little. But back in the day, he always just could fly without any like reactionary method. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like the physics were alwaing shitty for flying things.
Yeah, see, to me, I'm thinking
mean,
like
they still are,
fizzy
but-
lifting drink.
Sure. That's
Like, you
floating.
You just get that weird float thing.
Yeah.
And just don't get near a fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
the
I mean-
exhaust fan will cut you up.
Can you like consciously increase your gravity? Like I never understood like, well, I mean, I don't know anyone who can fly.
Yeah, I'm
Well,
not
yeah.
sure how you accelerate.
Right. Yeah, that's it.
Like, how do
and
you-
it seems like stabilization is also going to be a problem.
Yeah. I mean, yeah,
You'd constantly be going
I
ass
know.
over tea kettle.
you'd think. Yeah, unless you kind of maybe it's kind of like doing like a hoverboard. You know, I mean, my son had one for a while, and I ate shit on it 3 or 4 times.
Sure.
When you stand on it, you kind of got to like balance yourself, and you can lean forward and go fast. You can like tilt back a little bit and do like a little, swirly, a little figure 8. But
Okay.
I was terrible at it,
Fair enough.
so I can't fly.
Okay. Good enough.
Yes.
This startled me something fierce as I yanked that car seat handle and sat upright in my seat. And I started to get out of the car to get a better look. I hadn't even thought of turning on my phone camera. I was so filled with awe. I was just at a complete loss for words. I was so awestruck. Now it was at this moment the man and woman noticed me getting out of my car. Now this sent them all into panic mode. I could see the woman cursing under her breath. I couldn't even blurt a word out before they all 5 took off like rockets into the night sky. So there again, the physics issue.
Yeah.
Did they have to like lean down?
Dude.
But the kids were already airborne. So what are they pressing against? Or do you have your own internal mechanism of, I don't know, because all I know is combustion. I mean, I'm an earth human of the early 21st century.
Yeah, I mean, maybe this is some sort of like gravity manipulation. That's all I can think of, is that they're able to like manipulate gravity around them. So if family's walking down a sidewalk, tells the kids, sure, go ahead, do your floaty thing.
Yeah, right.
Gets caught, they're like, fuck, and they jet.
And they all
How
jet.
fucking bizarre is it? Like, and now, granted, everyone's like, I want to see something paranormal. I want to see a Mothman. I want to see a Bigfoot.
Yeah,
I want to see. This is not what you. This is
yeah,
not.
that
it.
was not what I was-
No,
that's not what I was
all right, I
thinking.
want a family of 5.
Yeah,
I want them well dressed for the season.
Yeah,
I want 3 of them to float because their parents allow them. I want all of them to shit themselves when they see I'm seeing them.
Yeah.
No one ever wishes for that paranormal experience, but once you get it, my God, what a gift.
Now we've covered plenty of flying humanoids, which
Sure.
are generally creatures with that are humanoid.
Very often bewinged,
Yes.
if you'll give that word to me.
This is humans, allegedly,
Allegedly.
just with the ability to fly.
I mean, probably not humans though.
That's what I'm thinking.
Like-
It clearly can't
Or,
be humans.
all right, well, you can't say that because they could be humans with access to technology that we can only dream of. They could be humans who have mastered the art of sorcery and are using magical shit to defy gravity.
oh, sorcery, our
It could-
favorite.
Yes, sorcery, as I
Sorcery.
used to pronounce it all the time. The art of making sauces
Yeah.
and doing magic.
The sorcery.
So I mean, they could have figured out the fucking spell. The one, not like the alchemical one that Isaac Newton fucking failed at, but like other ones that make you fucking dip and whip. I'm not saying that they're just a working class. Who knows if they're a working class family? Maybe dude just has shaggy hair. Maybe he's from the Middle Ages. Maybe they're fucking immortal. Maybe they're gods. I'm just saying we can't say they're not humans.
Highlanders.
I mean, no one had a sword, so no.
You don't know.
Well,
that.
they always hide their swords. They don't
Yeah.
just walk around with them.
It
out.
could be a Highlander too, Mark.
That means where's the Kurgan? Is the Kurgan in the gym?
How do you know the Kurgan wasn't the dad? Look at the hair.
Oh yeah.
He's muscular with shaggy black hair. That's young Kurgan.
yeah, Clancy
Yeah.
Brown.
But none
Dude's
of-
lucky
none
he
of-
didn't get
but
his
none-
head cut off.
none
I
of them
love Clancy
flew.
Brown.
It's true. No, none of
the
them
mortals
flew.
flew.
I mean, I suppose if you
I
are, if you want to take the alien route, if you are some alien species just down here living amongst us humans, which is a theory that people have put out there, that obviously aliens are just living amongst us.
I mean,
amongst us.
tons of people, a lot of the people that claim to be whistleblowers insist that they are either shapeshifters that can resemble us or they resemble us so much already they don't need
they
to
can
change
just-
their physical
which
form.
would be like in this case, they just look like a family walking on the street, but they have some weird. I don't know if that's like a like something to do with like biology or physiology, or if that's just like tech. Like if you have something on you that makes you, have the ability to fly like that, because it's very. I don't know. I've never encountered a story like this. Like out of all the years we've gotten
No.
listener
Well, there-
stories, never
there
had
is
this
that-
random flying humans.
One video that got really popular not that long ago, and I think it might have been debunked, but I'm not sure, where this dude, I think he was Russian, was walking in the woods, and he peeks around and he sees this little
Yes.
girl floating in the air while the grandmother or whatever was saying, and then when they see him,
Yes, that's right.
they drop or whatever.
I think I had that selected for our videos at one point, but
I don't think I ever saw that.
yeah, I'm pretty sure I just axed it or whatever, because it may have been debunked, but it's a really interesting video.
That's the
It's
only
really
thing
interesting.
that I've seen that really reminds me of this.
Yeah.
But all right, so anyway, that long-winded diatribe on my part was just to suggest that we can't say it's not humans. But I would dare say, I mean, if this is something they can naturally do, which befuddles me, you clearly aren't a fucking human. So you are an extraterrestrial, interdimensional, or a terrestrial humanoid that has blended with the human race, that has paranatural abilities, at least by our simple Homo sapien standards, that can allow you to do some batshit crazery. And also, and this is the thing that makes me think it almost has to be tech, because I mean, even birds have to take off. Like all the things that fly that we know about on Earth have to like lunge and flap.
Yeah, because they got to use the wind.
If you're shooting up into the air like rockets, especially if you're already in the air, so you have nothing to launch off of. I know I keep beating this point, but this has always pissed me off. You got to have some sort of tech, I would think.
Something, to propel you.
Or some sort of magical propellant. I don't know what. Magic or
Yeah.
tech, hell or space to fucking send you off.
Man, some sweet-ass Magonia tech, dude. Just some like little belt you wear or something.
Sure.
Yeah, a little tiny Magonia belt. Oh, that'd be kind of cool.
Undercover Fae.
How useful would it be, though, to have this ability in your day-to-day?
Oh, all the time. I would be like Baron Harkonnen all the time.
Not everybody else, just a select few people, because this would be an FAA fucking nightmare.
Well, yeah, you can't go that
you'll be
high.
terrible.
You're going to suffocate. I mean, unless you have like.
Well, yeah, I mean, you don't
Oxygen
want to
tech.
go like out of the. You don't want to hit that part where you go from blue to black and then you drift away into space.
Yeah.
You don't want to, like
the untethered, we call them.
Yeah, where like the SR-71 Blackbird flies. You don't want to go up that
you
high.
bump into the Black Knight.
But
You're like, fuck.
Yeah, oh, goddamn, I went
No
too
one
high.
knows that.
Chris, quick.
Yeah.
You and Rob get up here. I'm getting to
Throw a rope.
But goddamn, that would be useful, man. Just
Would be.
Just in my day-to-day, during my dumb shit that I do at work, I'm like, man, if I could just like not have to walk these stairs and just take this giant ass motor and like fucking float this fucker down the stairs, it would be so nice.
Yeah.
But I'm happy that I have a hoist.
Sure.
I have a hoist.
Well, I mean, you'd think we would have gone beyond hoist technology by 2024.
No, unfortunately, we're not.
No.
Apparently, these people are, but
Hoist.
super cool little interaction there from.
No, it's incredible.
From Big Buddy. I mean, yeah, he said he's into the paranormal, and he definitely got
I mean, how lucky, though.
a glimpse of something.
How many of us have been into the paranormal in various degrees, deep, like us, and less so, and just thought, damn, it'd be cool. And that wish never comes true for so many people.
I mean, a lot. Yeah, I mean, we have all had varying degrees of small paranormal.
Yeah, smidges of things in the sky.
Nothing super crazy.
No,
though.
nothing that's in your
Like,
face like, fucking explain this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No
Yeah,
dice.
No.
And, I mean, people undercover, or maybe they got stuck here Conehead style aliens that are just, and they're letting their kids cut loose until, I don't know, like the rescue ship comes and gets them or whatever. Do you ever see Coneheads?
Yeah.
You're looking at me like you didn't know.
No,
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
Not a classic by any means.
Yeah.
An enjoyable
haven't-
romp.
I haven't thought of that in so long.
Why would you need
Well,
to?
yeah, there's not a reason to.
But if you're alien stuck in a world and you can do more than the average people, blending in is key because you don't want, I think, is it Michael Onkeen? Was he the guy from Spinal Tap and not Lenny, not Squiggy, Lenny from
Michael McKean?
McKean, is that it? Why did I say
Michael
Onkeen? Onkeen, that's a different actor. All right, yeah. No, that was the guy from Slapshot, I think. I don't know shit. Michael McKean, the guy who played the government agent chasing the Coneheads, as well as one of the guitarists in Spinal Tap, as well as one of the suitors in Laverne and Shirley.
Oh, yes. I know this guy. Yes.
He's been in tons of shit
Oh my God,
during our
100%.
lifetime.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you, Chris. For
Yeah.
the
So,
save.
yeah, maybe, who knows, man? Aliens, Fae, anything's in the table there. But man, what a
Clearly, though,
strange
they are
experience.
incognito.
Oh, yeah. They're blending in with everything.
And
I mean, for sure.
Either A, their technology keeps them at an even keel temperature-wise no matter where they are, so they're just bundling up to fit in, or the cold affects them even though they're gravity defiant.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. If gravity affects them differently, maybe the weather can do the same.
Maybe they get chillier.
Is that why
Hollow bones.
Is that why I'm always cold and you're always hot?
Hollow bones. Try flying. Let's
Yeah.
see what's up. I'm
Oh, you
I'm
really
Captain
tried to do
Dense.
it.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
If anything, I was designed to burrow slowly.
No, yeah.
Yeah. That's it. All right.
Oh, that's hilarious. All right, well, there you have it. Thank you again, Big Buddy, for sending that.
Yeah,
in.
that's awesome. Congratulations.
That's one of the.
You get the ultimate bingo card.
That
Go.
is one of the first
Yeah, it's pretty
times that we've
crazy.
ever read anything like that. So we're super excited.
It is fascinating.
And
I would
thank
love,
you-
and if anyone has another encounter even like this, or
Yeah,
they just
totally.
read somewhere, pass it on because I would love to do a little more of a dive into
Oh,
this.
for sure. And thank you for sharing that with us. It's awesome. So, Robert, this next one comes to our listener from Erica.
Oh, thank you, Erica.
Yes, Erica.
So excited. Erica begins. Hi, Cryptonaut guys. Hello, Erica. If you're watching, especially, I'm
What
waving
up?
to you. My name is Erica, and I have debated for a long time if I wanted to actually share this story because I don't know if it's actually any interesting. Well, Mark, you passed Mark's test, so
100%.
right there. And if it is interesting, if it's even true, I like that even more.
Well, right.
Most people I tell don't seem to think I imagined it, but I've been listening to you guys since 2019, and your show has gotten me through some increasingly rough times in my life. So fuck it, I'll share it with you. Thank you.
All
Good
right,
attitude.
I'm in.
My dad's side of the family has owned a lake house on Lake Champlain.
Oh, boy.
No.
Pedigreed territory.
That's right. It's in our area.
Definitely. I mean, it's the most famous monster in our area by far, I would
Champ,
think.
yeah.
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 Okay. Since long before I was born, excuse me, it's on the Vermont side of the lake, but very close to Ticonderoga. My parents would take my sister and I up there every summer, usually for a week or so. Sometimes us kids would stay there longer with our grandparents or aunts and uncles. I used to hate it, being a city kid from Philly because there wasn't a TV there. I definitely feel that pain.
Yep.
Like there's a place for nature, but at night you got to unwind with the tube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just the way.
Yep.
Totally.
Nowhere to go, and Champlain was a pretty gross place to swim around the house. I grew to appreciate it when I got older, but as a kid growing up in the 90s, the yearly trip to Vermont meant a long car ride to read books, which was something I could have just done at home. I feel your pain
Yep.
again.
Fair.
I love reading, but reading in a car is kind of a dick.
I can't do it. I'll throw up.
I know
immediately.
a lot of people get nauseous. It definitely messes with your equilibrium. Besides my perception of the house as being stone aged, it also happens to be absolutely terrifying. The power is switched off when no one is occupying the place, so when you get there, you have to go through the tool shed from the Evil Dead to switch on the circuit breaker. Then you have to go down into the fucking dirt cellar to turn the water on, and that's something out of a fucking nightmare thanks to impossibly steep stairs and the lights at the top not reaching anything but the valve for the water pressure. Oh, just one little pool of light. Steep. It reminds me of the old basement stairs in the Frankenstein house where you gradually sat on my lap.
Welcome to everything in the Northeast.
Yeah.
Like of the United States. That's
Possibly steep stairs.
Dude, when I bought my house
Everything.
and I went into the basement, I'm like, my God, it's block. It's not dirt. It's finished. Like, I can live down here. This is unbelievable.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, like I'm used to like just the stone cellars,
Oh,
with
yeah.
dirt floors. You're like, oh, there's the sewer.
Yeah, little burrowing
little-
holes for
There's a little-
creatures
a
you don't even
a little
know.
sewer clean out.
Always. Yeah.
Yeah, those are where the flooding drains.
yeah, that's exactly, yeah.
Great.
Yeah, it's a shit show.
And then the furnace is always on some blocks in case the sewer backs up. You ain't got to worry about it.
Jeez.
You guys remember my basement on Van Anden Street? What a fucking weird crawl space shit show that was. You had to walk at an L to get down there. It sucked.
No, I
It was
don't
so
personally
bad, dude.
remember that,
Yeah, it
but
was
thank
terrible.
God I never went down there.
Regardless, back
Yes.
to Eric on the Evil Dead shed.
To this day, I cannot stand going down there to perform this simple task because there is no way to rapidly ascend the stairs in case something were to lunge at you from the Stygian blackness of that fucking basement. But I digress, and you do so well.
I love her use of Stygian.
I do too.
Yeah,
It
I love when
warms
you
my heart.
use it, but when I read that, I'm like, oh, Erica,
Yeah.
goddamn,
Yeah.
doing it.
Bringing the noise.
I love it.
I know, it just made me happy too. And my heart grew 2 sizes
And
that
mine
day.
did. too.
Stygian witches.
Dude,
Yeah.
Stygian.
Oh!
Oh, rules.
Come on now.
The house had a pretty big yard facing the rear with large open fields and thick woods around it. The neighbor's property was relatively close, but back in those days you wouldn't know it since the trees were so thick. I don't even know where the property line was. My cousins and I used to hike through the area around the neighbors to reach their camping area a ways off down the shoreline. This was always spooky, but I felt okay in a group. Even still, the woods around there always felt slightly off, like we weren't supposed to be there. It's hard to put into words, just that it was weird in ways that forests and nature hikes elsewhere didn't seem to be. Today, the surrounding properties have all been sold off and remodeled so that the woods, much of them, are gone, and with it, the eeriness. So I can get that. I mean, we've all been places where we feel the ick, and we just, I mean, you could say, I'm rational enough to say, just as a weird feeling I get. Just it's part
Right.
of like the smell, or it triggers a memory of a dream, or who the fuck knows.
Yeah.
And you know what? There's nothing like functionally wrong with this place. You are just reacting to it for whatever things you've brought to the party. But then there's the more intuitive part of me. It's like, stay the fuck away. There's like a fucking radar going off, gut dar. Just fucking say no bueno
Yeah, when you
and
get
split.
that, you get that weird feeling from a
Yeah.
place that's.
Again.
A buddy of mine used to have a camp out in Montezuma that was super cool, but like it just, I don't know, something about the place. You like kind of always get uneasy. You're
Right.
Kind of like
Dude,
eh.
any woods.
Yeah.
Not to bring up the regional thing. Just any woods in the Northeast are fucking scary.
yeah, there's not really a
I
pleasant.
just swear to God, they are.
There
They're
isn't
just-
really
No,
a
there-
pleasant wood around.
there's
here.
always,
They're
like-
all creepy.
Like it definitely goes like dark Wizard of Oz at some point, where you expect to see like a hanging electrician
it
somewhere.
does. It really does.
Yeah.
Get
And everything's
weird.
like
Yeah.
overhanging,
Yeah.
and all the limbs look
Yeah.
like gnarled hands,
Yeah.
arthritic, nasty black hands coming at you, like
Yeah.
in silhouette.
It's funny though,
constantly.
like when we go up to the like the Adirondacks and like the woods up there, like at night during the day, it's beautiful. It's
Sure.
awesome. It just feels like nature and good. But then you're here, you're like everything's musty and gross. It's constantly wet
Yeah.
and sucks. It's full of ghosts and demons and
Yeah, the state
pile-
parks are great, but like just
Oh, yeah.
woods.
no.
it's terrible.
Agreed.
out.
And
Yeah.
and bringing it back to the house where Eric is at, walking into a house and smelling that must is like one of
Mhm.
because we had a cabin that my dad helped build when he was a kid. So this would have been in the probably early 40s.
Mhm.
And it wasn't that far from Wasco Lake, maybe a mile away from the lake, but next to this creek that went into the lake that we
Mhm.
used to play at. But because it didn't have any electricity, had an outhouse, and was used very seasonally. It always had this kind of rank, musty, nasty smell.
Like
Yeah.
all the camps
Yeah.
down there, all
Yeah.
the ones that I've ever been to, all have that same like lake smell to them. Which, have you recently noticed the lake smell due to all the algae bloom?
Oh, hell yes.
Dude, it's weird. I thought it was my pool.
Oh my God.
I was like, why does my pool
You
smell
live
like
too close to the lake.
Somebody
do.
posted the video, but he just I look on the lake and it's just green, slimy.
It's the late season algae
habs.
blooms, the habs. Yeah.
Yeah.
And dude, I seriously came outside. I'm like, why does my pool smell like fish?
Yeah.
Jesus.
It's so nasty.
God damn it, Nicole. This is why I want to close the pool early every year.
But lo and
I
behold.
clearly didn't say that, but I was just like, son of a bitch.
The whole place within like a couple mile radius just smells like a tackle shop.
Dude, it's
That's fair.
Like, you know what I mean? That
Yeah.
smell.
Like right on the water.
Yeah.
You get it from both sides.
It
It does.
stinks.
And I just want to say one last thing about this childhood cabin. And I felt it wasn't that far away. We could always go home because it was like
Right,
just
yeah,
outside
you're like
of
right
town.
there. Yeah.
But I, no electricity, no anything. But we did have a homemade water slide. And this is where it gets cool. My grandfather on my dad's side, who also built a cabin, was the caretaker at St. Joe Cemetery across from the high school where I told you my dad was raised.
Oh, is it a water slide of bones?
It was a water slide of tombstones
Ribs?
because his
Oh.
brother
Of
was the
tombstones.
tombstone carver. So anytime they sold one and the person didn't pick it up or something snafu'd, they lined the entire creek with marble and granite smooth tombstones. So it was like a giant water slide. So when people walked up, they're like, what the fuck, did a cemetery wash out? It was like a nightmare. But for us kids, it was like a cemetery water slide.
Yeah.
It was probably only like 50 feet, but it felt like it was 400 yards of joy.
That's awesome.
So I have very fond memories of like sliding over Mrs. Curtain Rod or whatever, Jimmy Jams. There was all sorts of weird
Jimmy
names
Jams.
sticking up. I don't
The
know
Jams
the local
family
names.
did not pick up the two.
No. Jimmy is unmarked to
That's
this day.
unbelievable.
So yeah, so tombstones make great water slides.
All right, man.
For
Well,
the record,
there you
don't
go.
jump in. That shit still
yeah.
rock.
No, you're gonna break your shit.
But it also went up to a little ramp. So that was the best part. So you could slide in and go, and then a little pool at the end where you just spun around.
Is it
caught
still
a
there? Let's
crawdad.
go.
It might still be there.
Let's go.
I mean, I don't think anyone moved the tombstones.
No.
They're probably gnarly as fuck now.
Yeah, they probably got a bunch of algae on them.
Yeah,
It's okay.
that property has long since fallen out of the family.
Yeah,
For the record.
well,
all right. I'm sorry, Erica. I did not mean to fall down memory lane. It's just your rich storytelling really brought me to it. Okay, back to Lake Champlain.
Here we go.
Aside from the nightmare basement and the attached dismemberment shack,
Fair.
the house itself was old. Most of the furniture was from the 50s and 60s and musty. Yep. On the ground floor, there are only two windows that face the yard, one at the kitchen sink and next to the front door. The opposite side faced the lake and thus had many more windows so that you could get a nice view, as well as there being a huge porch that looked out over the rocky beach. The second floor had large windows on the front room and the back room that looked out into either the woods or the shoreline, as well as small square windows that were set closer to the floor. Another Northeast fucking carpentry technique. In the bedroom I grew up in, they were like 3 inches off my bedroom floor.
Yeah.
Like that's perfect level for any toddler to plummet to their death.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Population control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That too.
Well, that's what I was here for.
Right.
I think I offended Chris.
Band meeting.
Oh no, I get it.
Someone has to get one now. I do this like you can't see me. Fucking,
Yeah, it's the best part.
Like I'm hiding
That's what's
from
best.
you.
It's bad meeting. Don't tell Chris.
Oh, I'm going to both.
No, fuck you, Rob. You're coming to mine first.
I should turn your cam off in there and just be like, you can't see us.
All right.
Shit. All right, here we go.
They had a screen that opened inwards while the window itself pushed outwards. I'm not sure how that works, but okay. There was one on the yard side and one on the lake side that looked out over the top of the porch in each room, with a bathroom in between and a small window. All right, I'm getting a pretty good feel.
No.
It's a good description.
Totally.
I've got place.
No, for sure.
Basically, imagine an old-ass house set back from busy populated centers. Now imagine being a kid with a wildly active imagination and then being able to hear every creak, groan, and pop of the wood as this ancient-ass house settled along, with trying not to put faces on the things that moved around the woods and splashed in the water all night. Oh my God, I am feeling this. Every sound at night was a nightmare waiting to fucking envelop me and usually devour. Doesn't make for an easy place to sleep as a kid. And even I knew back then that we were much more isolated, and it made me feel nervous. During the day, there might be a steady stream of traffic from people taking the ferry across the lake, but at night it was dead quiet. aside from the house and the forest noises. Pitch black, and my sister and I weren't allowed a nightlight because it attracted bugs. Oh, that's the double whammy. You don't want the bugs, but you need the light.
Dude, you got to go with the darkness, man.
Oh,
You can't be getting eaten by bugs.
The worst shit lives in pitch blackness. I even to this day don't sleep in pitch. I can't
No,
get
I
up and
used
look
to,
around
and I don't know how the hell I ever did it.
and to see abysmal black. I can't do it.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm suffocating. I feel like I'm in like a Greco-Roman hell eating dust in a pitch black fucking cave.
Right.
Yeah, no, I
Tell
always
sandwiches.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah,
always
pack
got,
sandwiches when you die.
I always got something on in the background.
Yeah.
Something's always going.
I mean, for me, it's usually a TV or something. I like
Yeah,
falling
and I
asleep
keep my
to old
TV
Well, yeah,
docs.
on.
I've got 2 fans and a TV with a fan noise.
Oh my God.
That's how many fucking fans I got.
Jesus Christ. That's amazing.
Because the no fans aren't loud enough, so I need a literal
Like you need to enhance it with an artificial fan sound.
Yep.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's to the
3
max.
fucking fan noises.
Yeah, I actually went into his house once and I'm like, where's that? What is that?
Oh, and that's not
noise?
counting the one in the living room.
Oh,
too.
yeah, in his living room.
Is this
fan noise.
Chris's bedroom or the wind tunnel?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where you're walking in here. You're like,
Weird.
I don't see a fan on. I'm like, yeah.
Is there a generator in here? Oh,
Yeah.
like a rock, like a planet?
Yeah.
Cool
Oh.
and dimly lit. That's all I ask.
There you go.
That's all I ask out of a bedroom.
Perfect.
Which brings me to the night in question. I wish I could remember the exact year that this happened, but I feel it would have been around 1999 or 2000. I was a teenager, but not in high school yet, so this seems most likely. There was nothing about the day or the evening leading up to this that made me think anything bad was going to happen. That's how it gets you.
Yeah.
Just normal day. Then it fucks you every time. I digress. Just that I wasn't looking forward to going to bed as usual. But I tried and even managed to doze off for a little while before being woken up by some noises coming from under the window in my sister and I's room. And I always feel awkward about writing something in I, but I agree with that. That's proper English and well done, Erica. But that always feels awkward to me when I write that. But well done.
Fair.
On the yard side, the window would have been to the left of my bed, down by my feet, and my little sister's bed was parallel on the opposite wall. I didn't think much of the noise, but now that I was awake and in pitch darkness, I couldn't go back to sleep, so I sat up. That's when I saw it. I like that. A little touch of the drama. Well done. I think I might have found my ghostwriter, guys.
There you go. Erica, hit us up.
Changing my angle in bed, I could see a dull light kind of flicker outside for a moment. Kind of like if a lightning bug flashes and leaves that little glow. There was some more rustling in the flower garden on that side, and I thought, oh shit, burglars. I needed to be sure, so I crept from the bed and sat down on the floor back from the window so I could see out, but anyone outside probably wouldn't see me. That's using the noodle. That's how you do it as a
There you
kid.
go.
One other note about the layout of the yard. The yard actually had a steep slope at a certain point and dropped down to the yard side of the house. So if you stood at the top of the slope in the yard, you could see into the top windows. Oh, no bueno. Of the second floor, even though it's set a ways back from the house. So there's a little dip down, some lawn, then the house, then the second story, and you're like looking right out of your bedroom to whatever's on that fucking hill.
Totally.
Yee, I don't love that. Maybe like 15 to 20 yards, but it looks closer from inside the house. The problem being, in the middle of the night with no moon, there's very little to see. Usually. This one night, I saw way too fucking much. Well done. Sitting on the floor, I could see the glowing outside again, and it definitely sounded like there were people walking around in the flower garden. I was about to go rouse my parents when something broke from under the window and ran up the slope. I got about as good a look at it as you could hope for, and I'll try to describe what I saw from memory. It was a glowing humanoid, though the height was hard to judge. I guessed that it was probably around the same height as me at the time, so maybe around 5 feet. It wasn't wearing any clothes, and the glow was coming directly from it. It seemed human, but had weird proportions to its body, like the arms and fingers were too long for its torso, or the legs were maybe too short. I swear to God, we just had this description recently in something. This stubby leg, long-armed fuck all that was doing, I'll never think, and I'm not going to digress too far, but it had arms that were longer than a person, legs that were shorter. Might have been an extraterrestrial episode. I'm not sure. Table that for now.
Okay.
Yeah, because we were living in Mikey land forever.
Yeah.
But then we had the bedroom interlopers and boogeymen, but I don't think it was in that. I just listened to that.
I don't know.
Yeah, man. I mean, weird arms, dude.
Weird arms.
Fingers. We're in a world of weird fingers.
Yes. Okay. It had no hair. So even though that is not necessarily short legs, but that is classic Sasquatch descriptors, the long arms, the long fingers, the whatnot, lack of hair, not really a thing.
There you go.
No visible ears. And it had large, fully black, insect-like eyes. Fuck. My initial reaction to it was that I thought it was one of the Greys. I'm with Uncle Rob. Fuck those assholes. Hear, hear.
Nice.
But the rest of the head had normal, almost human-like proportions. Aside from the eyes, it didn't look like a stereotypical Gray. If I'd have met this thing in the daylight fully dressed, I probably would have assumed it was another kid except for the huge, bulging eyes and weird arms. So totally humanoid with giant black eyes.
Glowing, right?
Well, yeah.
Glowing.
And it's, glowing is going to throw you.
Yeah.
but-
Unclothed,
yeah.
but basically human-like. in
Having some
every
goofy
other
ass
way.
arms is, yeah.
Yeah, and the stubbins.
And
for
again, as
legs.
Chris said, glowing is a thing.
Glowing is a factor.
You're going to be
You
like,
can cover up.
Something's off.
You know, if you bundle up, and you're not going to do that in the summer, like, wear a poncho. I don't know why that's my bundle up outfit that just came to
Poncho.
mind. Wear if it's winter and you're like head to
Could be
toe,
raining.
and then you put on some foundation makeup and then the glasses, you will pass for a long-armed kid.
Should we get Uncle Rob a drug rug?
Why is that? What's that?
A drug rug, a poncho. You know, one of those drug
Oh
rugs.
yeah. Oh, I didn't realize. I
We
didn't
should-
know the parlance
We
of
should
the day.
get you one.
All right,
It's-
let's
it's
do it.
not.
I mean,
You look cool
it'll
as
be
shit.
a fucking tent. Like we could hold a wedding under
You'd
it.
look dope as shit.
Fuck yeah, I would.
Be like, here he comes.
Oh man, the Rob with no name except his name is Rob.
Yeah.
Spaghetti Western references.
He's ready for rain.
yeah. And
Better
selling,
than a Baja.
and selling drugs.
Chris, I know you owned a Baja.
Oh,
Of course you
multiple
did.
Bajas.
I've known you in a Baja, I'm pretty sure. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if we were close friends yet, but I've definitely seen you in public places in a Baja, I'm pretty sure, at one
Same.
point.
But I list almost like the 90s.
Yeah, but I knew you in the 90s. We were at same parties, even
No,
if we
yeah, we
weren't
sure
like,
were.
tight.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't become real friends until
Yeah.
like the turn of the
I
millennium.
just nice
but-
green, black, and white one to match my Newports. That's exactly why I got that Baja.
Oh, that
That's
makes sense.
awesome,
You gotta
dude.
match the pack.
Yeah.
Gotta match the pack.
Right.
Especially if we're getting
You
the
ain't
gear.
just my Baja.
No, I'm all about it, dude.
Wow,
Shit.
you did give him a kind of condescending
No,
Baja
I think
look.
I think it's when I was in Mexico on my honeymoon with my wife. My anniversary is coming up, by the way.
Congrats.
Happy anniversary, Nick. There was a Marlboro. There's a Baja with just a
See?
Marlboro symbol. I was like, I kind of want to get a Marlboro Baja.
in
And
Mexico.
my wife was like, you're not fucking buying a Marlboro Baja. I'm like, no, you don't understand. I need this.
That's kind of like wearing hay, though.
I know.
It is.
Especially in Mexico,
Look at-
it's fucking
look at-
warm
they were
as shit, dude.
terrible.
Like, yeah,
Yeah.
it's bad. Okay, back to it.
So
The drama.
the glowing,
suspense.
the nudity, the distended and shortened limbs, and the big black eyes.
Yes, and
Okay.
a lack of Bajas.
And a lack of Baja.
Yes.
It was a glowing humanoid, though the height was hard to judge. Oh shit! Am I going? But yes, I'm always going way back.
Paragraph down.
Boop boop boop.
Yep,
Thank
this thing looked
you. Thank you. This thing looked like it was casing the joint. Oh,
weird.
it looked back and forth at the house like it was sizing it up, and then slowly worked its way back down the slope, using its long ass arms for support. So that little gorilla walked, maybe the little knuckle
Yeah,
shuffle.
There you go.
I was stunned as I could now hear out of my window the thing tapping on the windows in the kitchen before the rustling moved to the front room window and the front door. I was too scared to move as I heard the screen door getting rattled, and I mentally thanked God that my dad remembered to latch it shut. Good move, Dad.
Yeah,
Dads.
shit. There you go.
Been there since the beginning.
That's what I do every night. I'm the goddamn doors.
You're
are
the
all
latcher.
locked. Yeah.
You do. I
It's-
checked mine 17
It's
times.
safe to go to bed, everybody.
Yeah, I do too. Chris and I aren't dads, but we're also latchers in training.
There you go.
Yeah. I thought I could hear it then move around the walk onto the porch when a second creature, oh shit, exactly like the first one, came running out of the woods. It stopped on the slope around where I saw the first one and whistled in this weird high pitch. The first one came running back to the second, and they seemed to have a little heated discussion, even though I couldn't hear any further vocalizations from them. After a bit, they both went into the woods, and that was about it. So what I'm fascinated by here, because again, you can go a lot of ways with this. Was it sign language communication? Was it low, like subsonic grunts? Was it telepathy?
Well, I mean, they communicated with a whistle.
Sure, the whistle gets your attention when
Yeah.
you're out of sight, but maybe when you're super duper close. I mean, I don't know if telepathy has range.
Low guttural grunts. That.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows?
I mean, I don't know. I think a lot of people think it's like spooky interaction at a distance, like an entanglement and a quantum level, which means that there's no end to how far telepathy can go, like across cosmoses.
Well, yeah.
I don't know how that's been
So
proven or even theorized.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah,
it
it's a
really
long
has.
distance call.
I'm going to use walkie-talkie technology, and I'm going to say there's range.
I'm gonna say that there's probably maybe like line of sight.
I
Would
mean,
make sense.
Well,
sure.
yeah,
I mean, but you can talk to each other like maybe a few rooms away, maybe.
I guess if you could like manipulate radio waves in a way, then maybe that's like the deal.
Yeah, maybe.
We don't know anything about telepathy.
Nobody does.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally no one does.
I mean, some DARPA lab, they know a lot.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Just saying.
they might claim they know.
MK Ultra, remote viewing.
Mhm.
Think of the children.
I mean, is remote
Think
viewing
of
not
the
a form
children.
of telepathy? I'm suggesting it is.
I don't
You're
know.
just viewing.
You're being at a place
You're not
that you're
communi-
not physically at.
You're not communicating. You're just getting a picture.
Yeah,
of it,
you're right.
though.
What is it?
Yeah, it's more like a clairvoyance thing, right?
Yeah.
Telekinesis is the moving.
Yep.
Not even you're not prognosticating. You're just seeing somewhere.
That's the
else.
future, prognosticating.
Yeah, but remote viewing is just like you're seeing something at
That's what I mean.
distance,
It's
yeah.
not. You're not.
We
seeing
need
the
to bone
future.
up on our ESP.
We do.
Never done an ESP pod.
No.
That's probably why. The entire thing lasted maybe 5 minutes. And after a few more minutes of scanning out the window to make sure they were gone, I realized I was shaking like a leaf. I probably hadn't even taken a full breath the entire time this was going on. I don't know why I never tried to wake up anybody else, but in the moment where they were gone, the most I could muster was to close the curtains so that I could still see out a crack into the yard in case the glowing creatures returned. And that's actually really sage. Like, you want to close it so they can't see you, but you
You got to know.
you got to be vigilant.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah, you can't.
You got your baby sister there.
You can't let your guard down. No.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel so bad for this
I
kid.
mean, yeah, totally.
I felt like I had to keep an eye out since no one else had woken up. And I, as the older sibling, see, there it is,
There you go.
had to look out for my little sister. Oh, see, I'm right with you there. And I was on the floor staring at that small, dark gap in the curtains until I somehow fell asleep. That's fucking vigilance. Good on you. I was woken up in the morning by my dad yelling at me for lying on the floor instead of the bed. The hell? Paid for a perfectly good mattress.
Yeah.
Lumpy as fuck, used once a year. On the floor. God damn it, kids.
Excellent act out, Robert.
Yep.
Excellent act
Yeah,
out.
no, I
I
mean,
had a dad
I'm
with a
there.
camp.
Nailed it.
Yeah, there you go.
I never got shouted at for sleeping on the floor.
yeah,
for
no,
the
me
record.
neither. I used to sleep on the floor all the time, as a matter of fact.
Did you?
Yeah.
It doesn't seem comfortable, but you had giants that you had to worry about.
I did. I had vertigo for
Yeah.
a while. Yeah, that's
Did that help being lower into the ground?
I don't remember. I just remember having to sleep on the ground because I just felt safer. I think.
That's fair.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
vertigo. The Giants are getting me. Yeah,
It's a
bummer.
It's a tough life.
There you go.
All right, so we never got shouted at for laying down.
Nope, never did.
All right, I'm about to find it. Yelling at me for laying on the floor. He had absolutely no interest in any of the excuses. Dad.
Fair.
We had a nature walk at some national park that day. Like I said, I don't know why I didn't run for help immediately. Maybe it was fear, and I was worried that if the thing heard me moving around, it would get more aggressive and break a window to get in. I didn't discount the notion that I dreamed the entire thing. I had and still have an intense fear of the classic gray depiction. Like the X-Files completely ruined me for years, and I refused to watch it after a couple of glimpses of the aliens on the show. So maybe my brain concocted the scenario while in a house that I already had high anxiety about being in, and then I sleepwalked to the foot of my bed and spent the rest of the night there. But it just felt, too vivid to be a dream. And I couldn't ever sleep in that house again. As soon as I was old enough, I stopped going and just stayed home rather than go back to the house. And it wasn't until my 30s that I even set foot in the place again. And by then, I had mostly forgotten about it until about 20. Excuse me. I don't know why I just said 20. I'm fucking weird. 7 or 8 years ago. There's just not even a 2 there.
It's okay.
There's
You're
not
fine.
even a 2.
Sometimes
a 7
you'll do
looks
a
like a half
sentence,
2.
and I'm just like, is he actually reading?
I mean,
Like,
I'm prognosticating the next sentence. I'm trying to use my
Words are
mind.
He's
there.
remote viewing Erica writing this in the past.
Thank you, Mark, for understanding my process. And she mistyped clearly and then fixed it.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't put it on
No,
Erica.
it's not your fault,
Wouldn't
Erica.
put it on Erica
God
because she
damn
clearly
it.
has a 7 to 8 years to go.
Oh, my God.
All right, man. Well, let's
20 years later.
yeah. Yeah.
I forgot the order of it, but there were 2 things that really triggered me remembering this whole incident. One was I had a nightmare while I was living alone in Japan. Oh, okay, but dream life. And I had a nightmare that ended with me seeing one of these creatures jumping from a bush in a forest I didn't recognize and grabbing me. It woke me up screaming so bad that my landlord came from her house across from where I was living to make sure I was okay. Wow. The second thing that happened was that I watched the first season of Hellier, and the story that was the catalyst for that whole documentary reminded me a lot of what I saw. And it was that series of night vision photos of what looked like something like a cross between like earless Hopkinsville goblins.
It was those weird goblin
grays,
pictures, yeah.
and maybe, I don't know, less distended Dover demons, but small.
The Hopkinsville goblins actually have a similar, I mean, besides the ears, as far as
sans
their
ears.
arms,
But they also have this, Hopkinsville. That's
Yeah.
right. I mean, we haven't done that obviously yet, but glowing, long arms, stubby legs.
Just sans the ears, yeah.
So that's very interesting that you say that.
Interesting.
But that's interesting too, because pop culture can trigger, childhood memories. We've all
for
experienced
sure.
it.
Oh, yeah,
So
no, for sure.
ultimately, I don't know what it was. And I fully accept that I probably dreamed the whole thing. And I really like how practical Erica's being about this.
She's coming at this from a
rational standpoint.
She's being very rational. Like, this are the things that could have been.
Though, on the other hand, I think it's almost as far of a leap to think I had a bad dream. I walked to the end of my bed.
Right.
La la. So I'm thinking this could have happened. Not saying it definitely happened, but I do like that she's taking this pragmatic approach.
Yeah, I mean, it's good to not completely believe. I mean, it is your experience, yes, but sometimes I think something that are so fantastical, you're like, shit, did I actually do that? Like, did I actually see that?
Yeah.
Did I
Right.
actually experience that? But your mind has a way too of covering shit up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
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 I mean, really, it does.
Screen memories notwithstanding. I mean,
But
just
your
real.
own fear and trauma of
Yes,
shit
exactly.
can definitely cause a little,
Yeah. Hooey booey.
Yeah, a little cover up, and your little CIA cover up of your mind.
Wow.
And the mind CIA gets you.
The old mind CIA.
You know how
settle
that is.
down.
Yeah,
I'm going to start a whole discipline of psychology.
sure am.
All right. My fear of aliens. And then, yes, I did know the story of the Hopkinsville goblins as a kid. Damn. We are on the same wavelength because I was one of those types who read every book of encounters they could get their hands on. But the fact that I retain this memory, dream or hallucination or what, since it happened, like I've said, I've told other people and they give me the whole, that's nice, Ari, but you must have been a prolific weed smoker at 13.
Which doesn't make you see anything like that at all.
Thank God.
Yeah.
But I still can't shake the feeling that it was something that really happened. In the times I've been there as an adult, I won't set foot in the room where I watch the things from the window, and just overall, the vibe is off about the place to me. So still, as an adult, because a lot of times when that dissipates as an adult, I'm like, all right, even though I still get that vibe as an adult, definitely. Now, like, obviously, childhood fears, you rationalize. That's all we ever do.
Yeah.
Rationalization. We like to make patterns and we like to rationalize.
You have to make a little compartment. You got to compartmentalize everything.
That's
you got
part
a
of it,
little
too.
shelf in your mind. You got to put everything away.
Absolutely.
You got to keep it all clean.
But if you're still feeling it as a full-on adult, then that implies that there's still something about
something was
Yeah,
It impacted you enough that you remembered it that vividly.
absolutely.
Yeah.
That intrigues me. All right, final paragraph. So I am left wondering what it might have been. Has anybody else seen something like this before in Vermont or the Champlain Valley? Was I just a child in need of medication? Was it aliens, demons? Was it a blimp? It was not a fucking blimp.
You don't know that.
You don't know that.
You don't know that.
I mean, I don't know
You
that.
don't know that.
But I know it in my heart. It's not a blimp. Fuck you
Glowing
guys.
Blimp.
All right.
Fuck all y'all.
There you go. It's fine.
I wouldn't even know how to check if I ever went back there. But thank you for reading this if you do. I'm glad that you guys still take these submissions and just offer an outlet for people to tell their stories. My life is kind of a disaster at the moment, but your pod has helped me through some tough times, and I'm glad I took the plunge and joined the Patreon. Thank you again. Thank you, Erica. First off, beautifully written. Secondly, fascinating. And also, I mean, I'm glad we can help you. I hope that this continues to be a balm. But that having been said, there are so many different digressions you can take. Obviously, the first and easiest one is E.T., extraterrestrial aliens.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah. No,
yeah.
I mean, it has classic sort of. I mean, the eyes give it away.
Well, giant black eyes.
Giant
glowing.
black.
Glowing.
Yeah,
Nothing.
That is the
No.
1-2 punch.
Glows.
Yeah, I was trying to. I was going towards like Dover Demon territory, but not really.
But
The
what is a Dover Demon anyway?
Didn't really glow.
You never. I mean, there
Well,
are
then again-
similarities. And, well,
no, there
not
are.
too much, because the Dover Demon had a peanut head
Yeah.
and a super thin body.
Yeah.
So honestly, these are about as far apart as we are
No, this thing has weird. Yeah.
from a Dover Demon as this thing that Erica saw is from also.
I guess we have covered similar creatures.
Well, the Hopkinsville goblins, really, that you came up with and that Erica confirmed, are probably the closest.
Yeah.
Sans ears and
Well, yeah.
giant black eyes. They did not have giant black eyes.
I think in like one of the Pale Crawler episodes, maybe it was Patreon that we did. There was something sort of like similar to this.
Well, wasn't
Just
there a
I think it
case
was,
in Japan where there was a bunch of tiny glowing humanoids that were seen? I don't know if we ended up using that one or not. I know I've researched it. I know I found it, I think, on Mysterious
sound
Universe.
familiar.
So
No.
we might not have included it in anything yet, but there were small, pale, glowing humanoids scurrying over one of the many shrines. I don't know which island of Japan. I don't know from memory, but a young man was walking home and saw them. Now, I'm not, again, even trying to create any, correlation with the fact that Erica lived in Japan or anything like that, but it just seems interesting to me that they were glowing,
That's kinda
diminutive.
interesting, yeah.
Maybe there was something about
Years
that
later,
place.
yeah, still, it was years
I mean,
later.
all right, so what about like woodland imps? Things that are of the wild, things that as nature gets encroached on and destroyed, maybe they go underground, maybe they dissipate, maybe they go into some sort of metaphysical hibernation until the world grows wild again.
She did mention that the place beforehand was super eerie woods, and then it got like the developers came in and made a bunch of houses and shit on it.
Right.
So yeah, maybe this could be something that's been living in the wood all along, and just as people encroach into it, it kind of comes out and
Becomes more marginalized and more marginalized until.
or it's just like
Yeah.
like why the fuck are these people building on my shit? What the fuck's going on, man?
And there's the other thing. I mean, not that they're like fucking locusts or whatever those things are that like hibernate for 17
I was
years.
hoping you're gonna say hibernation.
But-
where do they go when they
No.
hibernate?
Underground.
Yeah,
Subterranean.
that's right. Woo!
So if
My new shit.
they are a species that Mark enjoys so much of subterranean hibernators, and they come up and they're like, who the fuck put a house?
Larry, are you seeing this bullshit?
This was my rec
Oh,
room.
fuck.
What the hell is it?
Yeah,
What,
maybe.
is this? There's a surface here. I can't even see it. Tapping the windows.
The one that she comes across too is like legit trying to perform a B&E in the house.
Yeah.
Like it's trying to get in. It's doing the window. It's kind of hitting the door.
It could just be curious. That is a common Sasquatch type reaction. Like Bigfoot, like tap on shit. They don't necessarily. Sometimes they break in.
Yeah.
Sometimes they go full Boggy Creek, but sometimes they're just like interested in human domiciles
oh,
for
what's
whatever
this?
fucking reason.
What's this door?
Right. But then the buddy comes running from the woods like, the fuck you doing,
It's
dude?
kind of funny. Is this thing is investigating the house, possible B&E. Don't want to say it's going to be breaking and entering, but just saying. And then his buddy gives him the whistle, like the fuck.
Dude.
And then he runs over, or maybe it could have been like a parental figure
Could have
or something. Like, get the hell over here.
Didn't you hear what happened to Mikey?
Yeah,
Get the fuck away from these
Let me
people.
tell you about what happened to Mikey back in 70-something. All right,
This is
Yeah.
dangerous.
Do you want to get autopsied in someone's backyard
On a goddamn picnic table
Let me
with a
tell you-
dude with a perm?
Let me tell you about John fucking Redcorn. Okay.
Yeah. You will not like to cross him, sir.
Oh, the
Yes.
the bane of Bigfoots.
Yes, and we know that he's a fucking King of the Hill character.
Yeah, we do.
They did not pull that over.
If
on
you haven't
us.
listened yet, go back to the
There
Mikey
you
saga.
go. Yeah. So
But yeah, this is
super-
fascinating
Super
on a-
interesting. It's a lot here too. It's
I also love that it is not champ related.
no. It's
As much
not.
as I love my lake
I thought
monsters.
it might have been
At first I did too.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, the champ is in the area, and I mean, this part of the Northeast, there is a bunch of weird shit like that.
Well, there's puckwudgies.
Yes. And I guess, I don't know, do we consider like the Ohio River Valley really? I mean, it's kind of like south from us.
I mean, it's more northeast than a lot of the states, but I don't think we can classify that as northeast.
If you're in West Virginia, it'd be north. I guess
it's kind of cuspy for because it's like right there.
It's sort of.
And just for the record, in no way, shape, or form would I consider West Virginia the north fucking east. Just so you know.
I'm looking at this. That's Melonheads, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I totally forgot.
That's Ohio.
We have a whole cryptid map.
I mean,
I know, but it doesn't label the state, so it doesn't help us figure out south of Pennsylvania. But still, I'm happy.
It's West Virginia.
It's West Virginia, right there.
I mean, all right. So West Virginia,
Flatwoods.
I guess it is northeasty. God damn it! I just owned that it wasn't, but it isn't.
If you're talking quadrants,
I guess if you're only if you break America, United States into quarters,
real quick, only the people on Patreon can see this in the game. See what I'm pointing at. So like what? Okay, so like here's Hopkinsville, Kentucky. Right?
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna draw a line of old Kentucky. Anything that way, northeast. Sound good?
If we're in quadrants, like Chris said, yes,
we have to be in quadrants.
Then it is the northeast.
Man, if you're down here, guess what that is? That's northeast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're in Sarasota. Guess what? Everything above you, northeast.
See, you know what the problem's going to be? It's the hunk of Indiana, the hunk of Indiana that finds itself in the northeast is probably going to protest.
If you're in Washington, Maine is still northeast. This is Washington State.
This is asshole geography.
Yeah, it really is.
The boys discovered a map. Now watch what they're discovered.
That's been in our studio since day one.
We don't know anything. I'm looking at
There's a fucking map right there.
Oh, Chris saves the day. But still, I'm always intrigued by the idea of especially Native American lore that talks about little people that coexisted, be it the moon-eyed people, which I think were down in Kentucky, that were nocturnal hunters and went to war with the humans and lost because, I mean, we're a scourge on everything and we win wars. Especially if you want to deem it in a sort of Tolkien-esque way that, there was a time when this world was populated by many different intelligent species, and we seem to be, quote unquote, the only one left.
Right.
So if there is any truth to that idea at all, and a lot of lore suggests that there were a lot of other species of not strictly speaking human, but humanoid, intelligent humanoid that coexisted with us, that were, warred out of existence. Maybe they have different abilities. Maybe they are bioluminescent. I mean, we can take this from the point of view. I don't think it could possibly be a cryptid because I don't have any context for it, and I think people would have seen it more often. But maybe there are small packs of bioluminescent, highly intelligent humanoids that, here's a gift to you, Mark, live underground and occasionally just show the fuck up, or the kids run up to play and they're knocking on glass.
Having
and the parents
large
come and get them.
eyes and being bioluminescent would help you if you're underground.
Small eyes tend to be
would
the
it
way.
Really be better?
No, what are big eyes going to do for you if you're burrowing?
To see better.
I mean, unless the little eyes of your species do the burrowing and the big eyes do the fucking seeing in the
there's
tunnel.
A command structure.
I mean, if you look at a mole, they're not known for their big, beautiful eyes.
There's laborers, and then there's a foreman.
Oh, so maybe it's like insect structured, like a bee colony.
Yeah, the bioluminescence is interesting though, especially if it's as dark as she describes it there in that area. It makes sense that
a moonless night
you would have something to like light the way, even if it's you. If you're your own flashlight.
Maybe there's semi-aquatic. Maybe they're the tenders of the champ.
Oh,
I didn't want to have to bring lake monsters into it.
Actually, I mean, if it was an aquatic thing that they like lived in the land or in the lake, and then they came out on the land to hunt or to do whatever, that would kind of make sense.
I mean, you'd think they'd be seen more often, but
yeah, but if these things come out at night and they just live in the water.
What if you can be amphibious one day every 12 years?
Atlantis.
And they just come up and breathe and fuck around and leave.
And glow. Yeah, what a bummer. Yeah.
And your parents are pissed at you for both sleeping on a floor and getting too close to the human house.
There it is, man.
Because we smell of fucking, we reek of violence and fucking gunpowder.
Yeah.
We're a dangerous species.
Yeah, we're addicted to social media.
Well, that didn't help, but that's only going to hurt us.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
all right, well, there you have it. We
fascinating story.
No.
Erica and Big Buddy, thank you so much.
Yeah, super awesome.
Good ride.
So
dope shit.
We appreciate all
things
the
I've never
submissions.
really heard about.
No, these are two definite. We got these recently, and I had to grab them and put them in.
You were hyped.
I had to fast track them. I'm like, oh shit, these things got to get done. And again, if you want to submit your stories to us for the Evil Science and Magic Buddies listener story series, you can do that at cryptonautpodcast.com, or you can email us cryptonautpodcast cryptonautpodcast@gmail.com, but please refrain from texting them to me in a DM because it's just harder on your boy Mark.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, God
Do him
damn
a
it.
solid.
Yeah, I just got to cut and copy this whole thing. So be sure to
He has got a lot on his plate.
be sure to send us your stories if you have any. And Robert, we've got some shout outs to do for the folks that support us over there at patreon.com/cryptonautpodcast.
We do, and I'm honored to do it. But I guess this is I should just make it a point to do this at the end of every listener story because I always have questions. I would say this both to Erica and Big Buddy. I'd like to know what you think might be going on. I know you don't know, Erica, you expressed it, but I would really be curious to hear if maybe there's any lore you ever heard about. You probably would have mentioned it because it was a well-written, very thorough story. And same with you, Big Buddy, like what you might think these things you saw were. Because I'm always very curious to pick the brains of eyewitnesses and to, kind of figure out what they thought they might have been dealing with.
Yeah, no, just definitely get in touch with
So
Bob.
thank you for that.
Let him know. You can send Bob the DMs on the Instagram.
Yes, you can, on
you
Instagram.
can get a hold
And
of
I
him
do
there.
check them at least weekly.
Yes,
so,
you do. No, you do.
Yeah,
You
sometimes more if I'm feeling frisky.
do. All right, let's back it up, Bobby, to the shout outs.
Shout outs to our patrons who keep this fucking ship afloat, this fucking navigation free ship.
That's right.
We had a map for years, didn't even know.
Expedition of Assholery.
We're going to begin with, and I like this name an awful lot, Smoky Oreo.
Thank you, Smoky Oreo.
That's fucking funny.
I would
Oh, yeah.
try
That-
a Smoky Oreo.
That feels like a Patreon name.
yeah, I would do it.
And that's got character written all over it. Like,
Yeah.
who the fuck is
Yeah,
Smoky
Definitely just a
Oreo?
little mesquite in your Oreo.
Yeah.
A little
Well,
barbe-
some.
A little bit of
I'm not even
barbecue
thinking about
mesquite.
food. I'm thinking about like the grizzled old guy that they call Smoky Oreo, and I'm wondering
Oh, yeah.
why.
You're thinking of the person I'm thinking of food.
Yeah.
He's a
Yeah.
pool hustler. There
Yeah.
you go.
Well, Chris and I have drank some smoky beers in our day, and whew, I mean, if you want to go down on the entirety
They
of
are
Pepperidge
tough.
Farms, then I welcome
Yeah.
you to it.
It's a concentrated summer sausage.
Yeah,
in beer.
I don't even want to fuck with that.
Not like it's the
It's-
anti-refreshing.
It's interesting at first, but like even when we split a pint or something, and it was just
Yeah.
it took us an hour
Oh,
Yeah,
to just
sounds
like drink
disgusting.
like eight ounces of it.
Smoky Oreo, thank you.
Richmond Robinson.
Thank you, Richmond.
I think there's just Robinson. There's no N there.
Oh shit! All right, there I am. There I
Robinson.
am.
Robinson.
Robinson. Yep.
Robinson.
No N. No Caruso.
Thank you.
Let me do that again.
Thank you, Richmond.
Richmond Robinson.
And again,
Thank you for the save, Chris.
Yes,
Word.
Good job. Thank you.
Lucas Henniger.
Thank you, Lucas.
There's actually an N in this one that you missed.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Henninger.
Oh my God. Chris
Hen-
now is reading.
You don't see. Rob doesn't see N's.
I don't see.
Hen-
well,
Henning-
my
oh,
eyes
I-
are a shit show.
Hen-
Let me
okay, I
make this
see it.
big.
Yeah.
Henninger. Yes, got it.
That's funny.
I think Chris might be our new Patreon guy.
I see N's.
Are your eyes
You see
dying over
N's.
there,
My
friend?
eyes have always.
I
They
see
died. They
N's.
died years ago.
Okay, cool.
Are you just faking it? You're just winging it.
Yeah,
just winging it.
seriously? Are you just like brailing
Why do you
your way
think I
through
have to
this?
fucking remote fucking view my fucking
Yeah,
stories?
it's true. There you go.
All right, Lucas Henninger.
Yeah, thank you, Lucas Henninger.
Henninger.
Henning-
Yeah, you probably said it.
Henninger.
I think I emphasized that weird.
It's okay. It works. Here we go.
All right,
Moving on.
Leonardo. I know I nailed that one.
Mm.
Zolzi. Zolezi.
Probably Zalez.
Zalezi. Thank you,
Yeah.
Leonardo. We appreciate that.
Corey Whitehead.
Thank you, Corey.
All caps.
Nailed it.
Hell yeah.
Flatwoodsy.
Thank you, Flat Woodsy.
Ethan Bess.
Thank you, Ethan Bass.
Rui Rodriguez.
Thank you, Rui.
Alan Watson.
Hell yeah, Alan. What up?
Last. Abso-fucking-tronically not least. Domesticated Dad.
Thank you, Domesticated
Nice.
Dad. And again, you can check out all of our bonus material and pledge monthly support at patreon.com/Cryptonaut podcast. Bonus audios, bonus videos, so much content going on over there.
Mad content.
So much shit. Check it out. It's awesome. It's a
Too
good
much to
time.
be believed.
Yeah.
Be sure to jump on the Discord as we are having a movie night coming up in October.
Oh, that has to be voted on. We all threw in a title,
Yes,
and
no,
we'll see
we all threw them
people
in.
pick.
When's
Yep.
the poll? Is it going on right now?
I think they're going to probably do it like the first week of October, and
Oh,
we're
okay.
still in September, so hopefully it should be like that. Yeah, that should be like the first week of October.
Fair
So-
enough.
So we'll see what movie we'll be watching on that poll, and if you are on the Discord, be sure to vote for that. See what you're going to check out there, and the Instas, Twitters, the Facebooks, the socials, the TikToks, which we're on. We're having fun. It's a good time. I guess check us out there and like and follow until they ban it. So whatever. We're close. We're like 600 something people. We're getting there.
Ooh, we get that 1,000. What do we get to
that
do?
1,000.
We get to put up links,
I
right?
get to put a link in the bio.
What?
Yeah.
So hot.
Yeah,
Privilege.
Super cool. Yes. Thank you, TikTok. So do all that there, and that's it, man. That's all we got. Except we have some thank yous today.
Oh, yeah, we
got
do.
some
Thank yous.
awesome awesome gifts.
Crypto booty.
Super,
Some real joy. Let's begin with
super fun stuff.
this came to us from Carrie and her partner at Heartstone Gallery, and it is super dope. Mark's going to put a picture of this up on our Instagram.
Yeah,
I
it's
have no
this
doubt.
cool little like UFO like potting like a little tiny plant, but it's just like a little like UFO. He's sitting right in front of me here
He's
on the
right
table.
in the middle of the desk.
Yeah, he's awesome. Yeah, Carrie, thank you so
With a little
much.
tiny baby alien
Little
up in
baby
there.
alien, he's dope. He's dope as shit.
Oh,
He's
we
super
loved
cool.
it.
Yeah.
Very, very happy. Thank
Nah,
you so much for that.
dope.
So, I mean, I'm not sure if there's an online presence, but check out Heartstone Gallery if you get a chance. It's super fucking cool. And then we got an awesome care package from Todd DeZago. I hope I said that right. And his partner, Greg. Oh, did you get the title of that?
It was Greg Russo.
Russo,
Yep.
who are the co-creators of the Perhapanauts comic book series, which I think we just got a massive run of it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
With all sorts
actually-
of cool bonus shit. It looks awesome. The artwork's
Yeah, it's
incredible. And it's basically this fascinating fucking idea where monsters are being hunted down in the wild if they're like causing problems or whatever. The twist being that the crack team sent out to capture them are also cryptids.
Yeah.
Mothman, a chupacabra, a squatch.
Yeah, you can actually go to perhapanauts.com. I'm going to post a picture up of the stuff and I'll tag them in here. Yeah, they got tons of stuff here, dude. It's awesome. They sent us so many books, like volumes of shit, which is super
Plus
cool.
the compendiums.
Stickers, all
Yeah,
kinds of shit.
the crypto guide they sent, which is super dope. And yeah, no, Todd and Craig are killing it over there.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's wicked cool. Also, too, they have a podcast. Todd has a podcast here, Random Acts of Comics, where he's interviewing comic book artists and stuff. I see like Walter Simonson is on here.
Oh, classic.
Yeah, there was like
always love that.
Mark
dude.
Waid, John Russo, Tom DeFalco. There's another one, Craig Russo, his partner here with this.
And they have a hell of a
and,
pedigree.
dude,
like they've worked on comics
one of
forever
my
that have been
favorite,
amazing.
dude,
Yeah.
fucking Jim Starlin.
Oh
I
yeah.
fucking love Jim Starlin, dude. I think I actually just ran into him at a Comic-Con.
Really?
I'm pretty sure I did. Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure it was Jim. I could be wrong, but yeah. No, so check that out, man.
Starlin in the wild.
The Perhapanauts.com. Check those books out. We're going to post them up on the socials. And again, Todd DeZago and Craig Rousseau, check them out. The books look dope, super cool.
Yeah,
and
we're fighting over who gets to read them first.
Yeah, and I'm really
That's how
excited.
excited we are.
I'm really excited to check them out. So thank you again, guys.
you.
Yeah, they're
Yes.
Oh, dude, we appreciate it so much. And of course, if you have anybody who wants to send us anything, DM me. We have a PO box so we can get everything sent to.
Most of the stuff hanging in the studio is gifts.
Yeah, no, everything.
Yeah.
It's
And we have a
Sweet.
shelf of
Yeah,
like
it's kinda
the
cool.
things that don't get hung that
Yeah.
are just chock full
No, it's
of
awesome.
the awesome things that
and
you
so
sent
many
us.
so many listeners out there are like artists, kind of like Todd and Craig. That it's just awesome to get art from people like that because it's so cool. Like,
Yeah, it's amazing.
Whether it's Raph Sarmento or if it's Tyler Spencer or just anybody that sends us stuff, it's super awesome too. But yeah, being comic book nerds,
Yes.
when you send us comic book nerdy shit, we are super
Oh,
appreciative.
yeah.
of
No, we
it.
definitely
Yeah, for sure.
got like real peaked up.
Oh,
We're
yeah,
like,
no,
oh
dude.
shit.
Dude, I was like, we got graphic novels.
This is
It's
amazing.
stickers. This is awesome. I can't fucking wait. So thank you all again. And yeah, we'll be back next week. Spooky season is coming in hard around the corner.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's there. Close the pool today. Real excited about that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were talking about it earlier.
Yeah.
You were talking about the fantasy of pool closing. I assumed it was still like another week off. I didn't know you
Nah.
jumped.
Nah, I
So
jumped.
you lied about yelling at your wife about it, but you did literally close the pool.
Well, yeah, because today
Yeah.
is the last day of summer. So it's generally when I close it is on
Yeah.
today.
That
So,
makes sense.
Yeah.
And we
no,
don't
it's
get
good.
a lot of hot days usually after this.
No, but it's just that crispy, warm, weird sort of winter, sort of fall, sort of summertime. So it's good time.
Yeah, it plays hell with the
It
allergies.
sure shit does, but hey, it's football season, so I'll take it. There you have it. Thank you so very much, and we'll talk to you soon.